You ever follow a top stock pick from an app only to watch it tank the next day? Moby Invest claims to cut through the noise, with expert-level insights made simple. But is it really smarter investing, or just another overpriced shortcut? By the end of this video, you'll know if Moby is actually giving you an edge, or just selling confidence in a sleek wrapper. And if you stick around, I'll show you the feature that most investors completely overlook, but that changed the way I pick stocks. I signed up for Moby Invest to see if it's all hype, or if the features actually deliver something worth using. Here's what I found. The features stood out, especially compared to other investing tools I've tried in the past, like Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Let's start with what Moby does differently right off the bat. The export portfolio strategies was the first thing that caught my attention. These aren't just quick stock picks thrown at you with no context. Each strategy is backed by data and clearly broken down, not just what to buy, but when to get in, when to get out, and why. Whether you're chasing growth stocks or leaning towards conservative dividend plays, the guidance adapts to your style. Then there's the research and analysis tools. This one was a big one for me. Normally, I'm bouncing between articles, Twitter, and subreddits just to feel informed. With Moby, it's like having all of that research pre-digested in one place. But inside Moby, it's like having your own mini research team built into the app. You get sector breakdowns, stock ratings, macro trends, and commentary that doesn't feel like it's dumbed down or overloaded with jargon either. And unlike competitors like Stock Advisor, which usually stick to long-term plays and broader newsletters, Moby gets more hands-on with shorter-term opportunities and alerts that feel more aligned with real market movement. You can tell it blends machine learning and human research, which is something I wish more apps leaned into. Now, the mobile experience, this might seem minor, but it isn't. Most investing platforms feel like they were built for desktop users, with mobile just as an afterthought. But Moby is built mobile first. The layout's smooth, the watchlets update in real time, and I get alerts without having to dig through 5 different menus. It's simple, fast, and best of all, it doesn't crash. I open it, mid-coffee break, check key market insights without fumbling around. That's something most competitors haven't quite nailed. But what pushed it over the edge for me was the extra tools baked in. For example, the model portfolios weren't just suggestions. They gave me a starting point that made me rethink how I'd structured my own holdings. And then there's the political trading tracker. It sounds gimmicky, but it's actually quite fascinating, and in some cases genuinely useful. I've seen bills being debated, and suddenly a senator moves big money into a related company. That's the kind of signal I wouldn't catch on my own. But that doesn't make the Moby app flawless. I won't say so. While Moby Invest packs in a lot of value, there's one thing I noticed. Because Moby delivers so much curated information and advice, it can be a little tempting to lean too heavily on it. You might find yourself relying solely on Moby's picks and forgetting to think independently or cross-reference with other sources. That's not really Moby's fault, it's just the nature of convenient tools. If you're new to investing, it's important to treat Moby as a guide, not gospel. Use it to sharpen your instincts, not replace them. No review would be complete without others' experience of using Moby, so I checked out user reviews. Not the ones on their homepage. I'm talking about raw, unfiltered customer feedback. The kind of stuff that usually reveals the stuff you wouldn't find in a marketing email. Now, when you're digging into a product like Moby, especially one promising to help you invest smarter, the smart move is to start with the 1-star reviews. The angry ones. The ones where people feel burned. And yeah, I found one that made me pause. This user said he spent 4 days trying to reach Moby's support team about managing his subscription, but according to him, there was no clear cancel option on the site and emails were being ignored. Harsh, right? But then I saw the company's reply, and it told a different story. Moby explained that users can manage subscriptions through the Account tab or through the App Store if they signed up via mobile. They even mentioned replying within 2 hours. So maybe the email hit the spam folder, or maybe it was just a miscommunication. And based on the response, this didn't strike me as a recurring problem. It felt more like a one-off rare hiccup. On the flip side, the positive feedback from longtime users is what really caught my eye. One guy mentioned that after subscribing to Moby, he stopped relying on financial news outlets and stock market hype entirely. He said Moby's reports helped him see the market more clearly, not just what to buy, but why. And apparently, his portfolio's been noticeably better for it. Then there was another review from someone who's been using the app since before it was even called Moby. He said it made researching stocks actually enjoyable and, more importantly, fast. So, from what I saw, the overwhelming majority of users weren't just satisfied, they were seriously impressed. And that, to me, that's worth paying attention to. But, alright, now let's talk money. One of the first things people ask in any Moby Invest review is whether it's affordable. And the good news is that it's reasonably priced for what it offers, from expert portfolio strategies to real-time alerts and in-depth analysis. It's also very fair, especially compared to hiring a financial advisor or subscribing to several different tools at once to get everything you need. Check the link in the description for the current pricing details, along with any promos or discounts they're running. We try to keep those updated for you so you always get the best deal. So, is Moby Invest worth it, or just clever marketing? After testing it myself and digging through the reviews, I would say this. If you want to simplify investing without dumbing it down, it's definitely worth checking out. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.